学习了一些知识哦。And then finally, we come to the third session of the meeting, and it's the evaluation. So let's welcome our general evaluator, Eliana, to facilitate this part.
谢谢 Anita。这一部分就是评估。This portion is our third section, and we are going to concentrate on evaluation. 评估为什么这么重要的话？因为所有的演讲员，没有人评估他，没有人他给他这个分享什么地方可以改变，什么地方可以修好的话，他就不会有进步。That's why we have this portion so that our speakers will learn from our evaluator what they did well and what they could improve on. The first person to demonstrate that would be our evaluator for Robert's speech, and Robert's speech is evaluated by Kayla. Kayla, 请你上来给大家评估 Robert 的演讲。
Thank you. So, do I need to say it? I think everyone will know today his speech is very informative, right? Because he tell us, and not only tell us, but also use the visual aid, the picture, to show us what food plus what food add together can be poisonous or death or whatever. So I think he reached his goal first. He reached his goal. First strength is he reached his goal, very informative. Second strength is very organized. He had a very good beginning. He said, who's here don't love to eat? And make us laugh and caught us attention already. And then he said, but you can't mix a lot of food. You could die, hair loss, and he talked about the result and make us more curious. Oh, really? What's that? And then he started to tell us the detail. He tell us the cold medicine plus Coke will be poisonous. Potato plus banana will be freckles. Celery and bunny will cause hair loss. Tofu and honey will cause death. And the doggy and eel will cause death, and shrimp and vitamins cause death too. And eventually, he summarized everything again and repeated again, so we memorize better. So I think the second strength is very well organized. Third strength is he's very passionate about it. We can see he's here, not nervous, and don't have a note. He just talk about passionate, convey his information to us to make us believe him, and I believed him. So that's all his strengths. And the improvement, I think, is the order of the examples. So you should put the not very harmful one in the front and the most poisonous one in the back, or the opposite. So this one is order a little bit out of order, I think. And when you repeat, you did backwards. So I think if you follow the original order, will memorize better. And I'm very curious, how did you find about these? If you talk about these a little bit, will make more persuasion. Yeah. And how about the time? Timer, is his time good? Between 5 to 7 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, great. So that's all my evaluation for him. Thank you.
谢谢 Kayla, thank you very much. 第二个评估人是我们的 Barry， 他今天是评估我们的刨冰演讲。刨冰演讲就是 Lawrence. So to evaluate our icebreaker today will be Barry for Lawrence's speech. Let me welcome.
哇，谢谢。今天又学到新的一个词哦 ，icebreaker 原来就是刨冰演讲。之前我很喜欢吃刨冰啦。Well, icebreaker is usually my favorite because I feel that that's a speech I get to know that person more. And then Lawrence did a great job today. I think this is the first time I see you. I feel after your speech, I feel I already know you more.
请你用国语来 评估
Yeah, I'm gonna switch.
OK
So 这是一个非常非常精彩的演讲，因为我个人是非常喜欢刨冰演讲这种主题，因为我觉得我可以更认识他。那他的这故事里面有很多不同的元素，有亲情，有听到豪宅，有听到他旅游的经验，有听到古典音乐，有听到大麻，有听到鬼故事，而且他讲鬼故事的时候刚好电灯刚好关掉，所以我不知道那是恰巧还是就是说刚好是一个意外这样子。反正那个情景刚好有整个塑造出来，所以整个故事的连贯性我觉得很好，因为我觉得我更认识他了。那就第一个演讲来讲，我觉得这是当然是一个非常好的一个 job， 这是一个非常好的一个 speech。那如果说要讲到要改进的部分的话，我个人会觉得就是说，可能就是2点。第一点就是说，你可能花很长的时间在读你的note 怎么讲，就是你的演讲稿。那你应该要，因为我回想起来我自己做第一次这个演讲的时候，我应该是跟你是一样的啦。我就是试着要去讲，要记得说我要讲什么东西，我跟着我的演讲稿念。那其实你经过多几次练习，你刚会发觉到，或者说你跟 Elia 跟 Robert 这些比较有经验的演讲者学他们，你就会觉得他们其实在讲话的时候，其实就是跟你在跟一般人做一个 conversation， 就是跟人家在对话的时候，其实并没有太大的差别。你基本上就是要把你的东西跟你的听众分享。那如果你想想看，今天如果你在跟一个人讲话，你一直在看着你的演讲稿，那个就是别人比较难去真的能够接受到你的讯息。所以我觉得这个是以第一个演讲来讲，很多人都会犯这个错。那这个也是我觉得是你第一个要改进的地方，就是这样子。
谢谢 Barry， 哇，他可以做身教，看见吗？这个就是评估。
我自己在练讲的时候，我就这样，不要骗我的演讲稿。
评估也可以看见他的演讲稿。现在 ，the next person who going to evaluate our speaker who just snuck out. But we all still learn from every evaluation, regardless of the speaker, because in truth, we are actually learning from every evaluation, regardless of the speaker or not. So right now, we're going to introduce our Kathy to evaluate the Phantom Tim.
So team speech today is spontaneous. He didn't prepare the speech. Given that, and I'll give him some extra points, to be a perfect speech. But when we evaluate speech, we always evaluate the structure, like the introduction, the bodies. Hopefully, have a few points with some case study or samples or stories, and the conclusions. So in team speech, even though it's a last-minute speech, he does have a very distinctive portion of his speech: the introduction, the bodies, and the conclusion. So the introductions, he said, oh, for travel, I travel a lot in China, blah, blah, blah. And we stay this and how we started off, well, oh, interesting, he's traveling in China, we have a lot of interesting story about food. And then he went into the body of the speech saying, one of the story I went out to eat, it happened to be a donkey sandwich. So it's very interesting. I never see the humor side of him until now. And then, he acted out, he's like, oh, the character is donkey. And then you can almost visualize of him being there at the restaurant, looking at the characters to see his donkey. How shocked was he? What kind of reaction would he be doing there? So we can visualize the way he described the story. It's very detailed, so I can see him basically from where I'm sitting now, being in Beijing and Shanghai, eating a donkey. And also, besides the structure, I would say his vocal variety is very good throughout the speech. He has, a high volume on certain point of the story, especially when he does the doggy, the certain food item, the travel, and especially the pausing he used when he's saying, I had better food at the donkey restaurant eating sandwich than the food I had at my hotel. If he say at my hotel, and normal speak, we won't really think that's any different, but he stressed at my hotel. So you can tell he wants to stress that there's a big difference, that the food he had at a hole in the wall place and the food he had in a more upscale restaurant, the experience he had. At last, the conclusion, I think is good. So he kind of concluded on how this summary, what kind of story he had. But he leaves us an action item. He said, whenever you travel, you should always start from the zero to learn where and what to eat. That's an action item for him to leave for us. So I think his speech could either qualify a humor speech, vocal variety, or be a persuasive speech, because he did leave an action item for us to do as an audience. We should explore, start from zero when we travel to learn where and what to eat. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. At this portion of the meeting, we have heard all three evaluators. Now I would like to have other functionaries talk about what they have done in addition to the speeches to help us get even better. For example,